I have a testimony to share with you from a lady who came to visit us yesterday. I know you'd be interested to hear this. She came into the home, she'd been here about 35, 40 minutes, and she said, I can breathe. And she said, I have terrible allergies, and every day I have to take Claritin. And I stopped on the drugstore on the way over here, and I haven't yet had a chance to take it, and I can breathe freely.
Wow, that is cool. You know, it's very interesting to me that often we have to be sick before we notice things like good air quality. What if we just knew in the background it was always good air quality? So this is a good opportunity to talk about that. Everybody's familiar with the standard thermostat, right? Heating, cooling, I'm hot, I'm cold. We always like to ensure that that heating and cooled air, it gets to spaces in a really high, precise way, very accurate way. So we're very pleased to see you using the small diameter ductwork and these vents that allow that air to get at precision to the space they want without being interrupted by furniture. That's kind of cool. But integrated into that is this second control, which runs the ventilation system. And we immediately have to help people understand what is ventilation, because it doesn't sound like much. Ventilation really is just bringing in fresh air from outside. Really? Yes, we all need fresh air. We used to get it by opening windows, and now for a bunch of reasons, we don't. Noise, dust, security, energy costs. We've always needed fresh air. Not a ton, we just need a small amount of fresh air. And then of course, recently, did you guys have the wood smoke down this way?
We sure did.
Yeah, so that becomes a challenge. When the outside air isn't as good as it normally is. Normally outside air is far better than indoor air, but there are certain days where outdoor air has some things in it. Still good air, but it has some things in it like wood smoke. So isn't it nice to know, and I'm pleased, and obviously this person who came in to see your house is now pleased to know, that you guys have a system in your house that I'm going to call it twice filtered whole house fresh air. So what do I mean by that? Well, first you have a device called an energy recovery ventilator or whole house fresh air system. Inside of that device, as it's bringing in just the right amount of fresh air, it immediately passes that air through a filter that takes out the larger dust particles, pollen and so on, and some wood smoke. Then you take that fresh air and dump it into your air system, your heating cooling system, and it immediately passes through this really nice, I'm very proud of you for doing this, 4-inch wide, maybe 5-inch wide, MERV 13. What's MERV? Minimum Efficiency Reporting Value. It's a new strategy for determining the efficiency of filters. And MERV 13 is at the highest level you can get and still put it on a residential mechanical system. So you're getting the highest level of filtration, and it is taking out the very finest of particles that we're most worried about getting deep into the lungs. It's going to take out 50 to 80% of those fine dust particles. So that's what I mean by twice filtered fresh air. Whole house ventilation in just the right amount, and it's completely controllable. So on really bad days, you could turn it off briefly. Of course, it marries really nicely with the airtight envelope. The pollen and dust aren't getting in, that wood smoke isn't getting in through holes and cracks, but the ventilation area, you have total control over it. So, you know, this little center here is more important than you might think, because it's giving you that ability for whole house fresh air, and clearly your client was enamored by the concept that she didn't need to take medication.
It's so nice to know that people can experience that difference in a short time. So whole house, twice filtered, fresh air system. And with this accurate distribution, even in every room, it's thoroughly distributed across every room with these distribution techniques.
When you think about it, right, in the old days, open a window here, open a window there, somebody was getting the fresh air in, somebody was getting air going out. No, every room is getting fresh air in this case, totally controllable. So you make a good point. We should make it really clear. Every room in your house gets whole house fresh air. Very cool.